Hello, and welcome back to the Arachnophiles. 'Tis I, Matt. Hello. And as you can see, we've got some improvements around here. This lovely brand new microphone. It's a Zeal Sound A86, and it's very, very nice. And I love it very much. Friends. Anyway, enough of that. We're going to try something different today. There's not a lot of arachnid stroke, tarantula, scorpion, all of the above. Arachnids, Matt. Arachnids. There's not a lot of arachnid YouTubers. There's not a lot of arachnid YouTubers doing reaction videos to tarantula TikToks. So I'm going to do one. Okay, let's do this. Right, as we said before, we've got a few clips here that some people put together for me, because obviously I can't go watching them all first. Anytime Charlie, my partner, sees something good on TikTok, she chucks it my way. I don't go on there a lot. I'm usually working stuff out for YouTube. So I haven't had as much time. I watch a lot of reaction stuff on YouTube of other things. I watch Oompaville doing a lot of reactions, for example, amongst others. But they very rarely do anything to do with tarantulas. So it's our time. Let's do this. Okay, what have we got here then? Big spider on little girl. That's pretty huge. Mature males of some description. Yeah, mature males of some description on a very, very wee little girl. But she seems happy enough, so can't really complain at her about that. I mean, she's being supervised by someone who's an adult. They are pretty huge though. I don't know what species they are. It's hard to tell really. Mature males in a really potato quality video. It's quite hard to pick out what they are. But there's two of them and they are leggy boys, and that little girl is loving it apparently. So yeah, it's a good one. I like that. I approve. Next.
Brendan is in desperate
West Side Reptiles. I have seen this one. Not this short, but I've seen this creator. He's really funny.
You have mother's eyes and father's fangs. I literally couldn't ask for a more desirable object. Oops. I mean, sister.
Mother's eyes and father's fangs. West Side Reptiles is really good. If you haven't seen him, you should check him out. He's really funny. He's mastered the art of the short.
Dang it. I mean, lover.
You're literally so smooth. Please give me your babies.
The light bulb finally goes off inside his head, and once an opportunity arises,
very enthusiastic commentary. I do like this guy.
With this first set of legs, with the fangs finally secure, he went in for that.
Watching OBTs, mate, is one of the most colourful things I think you can do, possibly.
That sweet sister Spadussy. Switching between his first
Spadussy. Work that out for yourselves. Explain it to your kids, because I'm not doing it.
His second Emboli, Brendan unloaded all of his baby serum into Kenna until both tanks were completely empty. He lasted a total of 3 minutes, and once Brendan was done, he scurried away.
3 minutes. There are human males who would be proud if they were honest with themselves if they lasted 3 minutes. Not me, of course. I am a manly stud. Shut up, fat ass.
His plan worked flawlessly, and he was able
Flawlessly.
to quit it before being turned into a meal. But what's even more amazing is the fact that Brendan left Kenna completely starstruck.
Damn, that shit was good.
West Side Reptiles. Perfect.
What the heck, and welcome to the
stupidest thing I've ever eaten. Is it a tarantula?
You shouldn't eat tarantulas, and now I know that because my whole...
So those who go, it's a tarantula. You shouldn't eat a tarantula. No, you fucking shouldn't, mate. Well figured out. Look at his, look, I don't even know what he's done, but his face, it already looks fat, so something happened.
My whole mouth is swollen.
Who knows his children?
Tarantula?
That was a tarantula.
Now the scorpion didn't taste all that bad, so I thought I would try the tarantula.
Whoa, hang on a minute. I don't know about you, but that tarantula looks a bit ripe. That's not dried out or anything, is it? It looks wet. Has that just been cooked in oil, like as is, and then left?
Oh,
good luck, mate.
This is the butt of a tarantula, and it's super.
So he sliced the epithosoma, or the abdomen, in half. I don't think I'd want to see the inside of it before I ate it, personally. I can kind of imagine. I mean, I've seen split epithosoma stuff in documented footage. I don't think I'd want to slice it open and look at the grim content of what I was about to ingest. Let's see how it gets on.
super juicy and hairy.
Ooh,
my God,
no.
this is gonna be good. And this is the moment that
It's
I
moist.
everything.
It's like tingly. Feels bad.
Ah.
It feels like I'm eating poison. Anaphylactic reaction.
There you go, anaphylactic reaction. He's got it in one. Basically, for him, if he's never ever felt tarantula hairs on his skin, so he has no idea what sensitivity he's got to tarantulas as a whole, venom-wise, urticating hair-wise. I mean, brachy hairs bother me, but Theraphosa hairs so far, not really that bad. Like, it's like a mild version of a brachy itch for me, but it's different for everyone. So this guy has just eaten a completely still hairy abdomen of a New World tarantula. That's where all the worst stuff is, man. Don't eat that, mate.
Oh my god. I did not recommend. I feel numb. I feel dizzy, actually. That's the craziest thing I've ever eaten in my life.
This is my tongue 20
Oh.
minutes later. It has been 5 hours.
3 days later.
It has been 5 hours since I was an idiot. I'm still an idiot physically now. Yes, mate, to be fair. I would never eat a tarantula unless it was completely dried out, you know, completely. That you can crumble it in your fingers dried out. Then I would try stuff. I've eaten dried crickets, I've tried dried locusts. Just tasted like really thick, earthy peanut butter, but like over the top. Like if you times the flavour by 1,000,000 and just over peanutted yourself. That kind of weird flavour. This guy, though, he looks enthusiastic. I'm happy he's had a nice trip, but eating not even a fire-cooked tarantula, that thing just looked wet, like it had just been boiled in oil, and that's it. So you've got every urticating hair just still there. And once it's dried out from the remnants of the majority of the oil, you know, the runoff, you might as well just grab one of your tarantulas off the shelf and chow down, mate. Like, bad times.
Just went to the doctors and they gave me drugs and they also gave me a shot in the bum. 4 days later.
So drugs and a shot in the arse, just for trying a delicacy. Nah, it's not worth it, mate.
When will this end?
Well, it ended about a week later by the sounds of it. Jesus, what an idiot. Next. Play.
Here's what would happen if a spider entered your body.
What would happen if a spider entered your body?
If a spider were to fall into your extremely acidic stomach, it would be no match for that powerful gut
Oh,
of yours.
yeah.
However, things could get bad if a venomous spider were to latch onto your esophagus.
Ooh, yeah, no, that would not be fun. There's a big myth. It's always been, it's like an old wives' tale where people say, oh, don't sleep with your mouth open, spiders will crawl in. You eat X number of hundreds of thousands of spiders in your lifetime. I've never ever once seen any proof of this wives' tale at all. And I think, like he's saying, you'd know about it. If you're mid-sleep and a creature, you know, this at least this big, like house spider size, crawled into your mouth and then down your throat. A, why would it do that? It feels heat, like body heat, levels of heat coming from a hole. And it's just going to go, oh yeah, I'll just keep going down this ever-tightening hole. I'm sure nothing will digest and consume me. Spiders aren't that dumb, I assume. But also, as soon as it hits your throat, you're going to cough. You don't need to be awake to know to cough. You will cough naturally, you know. You don't have to... Oh, morning, dear. 1 second, I woke up for a quick cough. Back to bed. It's not how it works.
And bite you on the way down. Then you'd need up to 12 anti-venom injections, depending on the severity.
Oh, 12 injections and a bite on the throat. Jesus.
In your ear, even
That's
if it
another
did,
one.
All you'd have to do is rinse them out. You might be asking yourself, should I wear a bug net while I sleep?
No.
Just in case? Well, there's no need. Spiders can sense danger through vibrations, and we produce a lot of noise. Even if you sleep with your mouth open, if a spider managed to crawl in, you'd probably just cough really hard and
exactly.
kill them in the process.
Exactly. You just cough it out. Like, you can hear that story as many times as you want, but I really wouldn't worry about it. Nice green bowl blue. Yeah, it's a nice video of a spider, but I know she's above grass, but I just wouldn't handle a tarantula like this. It's too high up. There's no need for it. Absolutely no need. If you want to handle your tarantulas, I get it. I get why. But there are ways and whens. I particularly don't have many of them myself. If a spider gets out and it's on a flat enough surface and I've got nothing else to do, like no catch cups, no bowls I can pop over it, nothing, then yeah, at a push, I'll let one on my hand and put it back in its house. But I think I've only had to do that maybe 2 or 3 times, and I've been keeping tarantulas since 2008. But you don't need it. They don't need it. They don't enjoy it. You might. I get it. But if you really need to handle them, The odd walk across your hand, once, put it back. That's it. The spider doesn't care. Leave it alone. This guy's first tarantula. Yeah, again, look how high up it is. He's stood bolt upright on a hard floor, it looks. And that tarantula's at least 5.5 feet up his body, sat on his shoulder. If that spider falls, mate, you won't have a new pet tarantula anymore. You'll have an old pet tarantula immediately. Slings! Yeah.
Which I don't know why I didn't notice earlier. But, okay, this is a spiderling right here.
That is a spiderling right there. I can see it. Yep, looks fine to me. Big butt.
On top of its head.
All its limbs.
Right there, right?
Wow. They are cute.
Look at this. We have twins.
Qu'est-ce que le
twins? I don't know.
What is that, mate?
Lights, and as you can see,
that's a conjoined spiderling twin? Siamese spiderling? I don't know. I've never seen that before. That's crazy. It seems to be moving. Crazy. Can't really say much more about that. I've never seen that before. If anyone else has seen this before, drop a comment down below, because I'd love to hear about it. Chuck some pictures my way if you do know of any, because that's amazing. I've heard of two-headed snakes. That happens quite a lot. Reptiles have it happen quite regularly, it seems, but never seen a tarantula like that. Yeah, how will it molt?
It's alive for now.
For now. It's alive for now. Yeah, it is. Okay, that's a filter. Oh, that's not a filter though. Nice curly hair. I mean, she clearly confident. Alright, she's confident. She knows what she's doing. She looks really relaxed. But still, it's right on the top of your head and you're stood upright dancing around. Like, if that spider has a moment, and let's face it, they have moments. Our Chaco Goldeny the other day. Really docile. Everyone's favourite first tarantula. Get one. They're like guinea pigs. That thing shot up the tongs at me and I hadn't even touched it. I was near it. It grabbed a roach, fumbled it, and then flew halfway up the tongs and nearly came out of the breeding box at me. So that can happen with chill spiders. So, you know, maybe don't put them on your fucking head. Idiot. Next. Right, Action Lab shorts. Interesting. What are they doing? Looks like a house spider.
I found a big spider in my house and I wanted to see how much weight it could hold when climbing the wall and on the ceiling. First, let's see how much the spider weighs by itself.
So the spider weighs 0.22 grams. Yeah.
Put it on the wall. Each one of these
tiny wee fella.
More than the spider itself.
That's a chunky house spider.
Right there.
He's a thick boy.
Look at it. It can climb the wall, pulling that up.
He didn't say how much the stones weigh, unless I just missed that.
No way.
God damn.
Okay, here we go. One.
You would never think of doing this. This is a really good idea. Well,
3 of them.
It's a cool experiment. Good idea, might be stretching it a bit, but I like it.
2, 3, 4. No way! Now let's try it completely hanging upside down from the ceiling.
Oh, spider, lift!
Let's do it. 3 of them completely upside down. That is so
God damn.
Then the spider said,
World's strongest spood. We should have that on Channel 5. That's impressive. I don't know how big those little stones were, but they must weigh at least what the spider weighed, like each one of them. And there was 4 or 5 by the end. And he was holding them up completely on the ceiling upside down. Spiders are strong for their size. I know they're not like ants or anything, but I wouldn't have assumed they were that strong, to be fair. So, fair play, good test. Like that. Nice. Right, next. It's that curly hair with some scary music. Giant scary spider in the hashtags. That's a curly hair, mate. Just doing absolutely nothing. This is a bit clickbait, if you ask me. You get a lot of clips like that. I know people want views, but if you're going to post a spider and try and get views based on how scary it is, maybe don't post quite a small, average-sized cattle or brachypelma doing absolutely bugger all on the side of its critter keeper. Like, what's the point? People looking for giant spiders know which giant spiders they're looking for, and they're not going to be impressed when they find your little curly hair sitting there doing absolutely bugger all. Gutted for you, mate. Anyway, next. Ah, now that is a big spider. Is a T-sturmy, I think, by the look of it. If we get a look at the front legs, there you go. No hairs on the bottom parts of the front legs, so that's a sturmy. Unless it's just got a dodgy leg. But yeah, that's a big spider. We have a Sturmy. We've got a little sling on the shelf. You've seen him a few times in shorts, and he's big. And he ate like 5 crickets yesterday, so he gonna get bigger.
This is an orange baboon tarantula.
I said reptiles once again.
Short, but I prefer calling them orange bitey thingies since they're bright orange and extremely defensive.
Defensive. See, that's the difference. He says defensive. Now, these have got a reputation, OBTs. It stands for Osambara baboon tarantula, I think. But in the hobby, it stands for orange bitey thing, because they have a bit of a preceding reputation, shall we say, for being a bit angry. But like he says, they're defensive. All tarantulas are defensive. They're this big and you're that big. And you think it's aggressive, it's coming after you for no reason? No, it's defensive because you scared the crap out of it because you're massive and it's a spider. And it's the same with these guys. But I've seen a lot of people get them out and they're not so scary once they're out of their environment because I guess they've got less sense of control. They're nowhere near their gun cabinet, so they're less confident. It's fair enough.
However, they're not the most defensive tarantula out there. That title has to go to the OBTQ Goma. It's exactly
the dark color form.
Bitey thingy, except it takes on this dark coloration and is just a little bit more pissed off. Stupid.
I wasn't actually aware of that, if that's true. If any of you know a bit more about the dark colour form of the P. murinus, I have had the orange colour form before. Mine was a mature male, so died quite small and quite young very quickly. I didn't really have enough interactions with it to get any aggression or defensive postures out of it at all. I didn't really bother it too much. I fed it, it webbed everywhere, it matured and died. So that was that.
Now, before you guys use this as fuel for your arachnophobia, understand that this tarantula does not want to.
Here we go.
It simply wants to be left
alone.
And
True
since
facts.
I'm disturbing this tarantula and its home, it considers me a threat, making this tarantula, along with all other tarantulas, defensive, not aggressive.
Defensive, not aggressive. Exactly what I was saying and what he alluded to before. So, yeah, these ones are tasty and they have a reputation for being the most defensive, some would say, even of more potent spiders. But they're not all like that. Individuals are different. It's not just a trait with every single spider. These ones are aggressive, therefore all of them are aggressive. You get some chill, aggressive spiders. As he says, aggressive is the wrong word. Defensive is the right word. All animals in the wild, when cornered, are being defensive, full stop. Unless they chased you from out of nowhere, you were sitting on a park bench having a sarnie, minding your own business, and a spider or a lion or a deer comes running at you to get you. Alright, that one was being aggressive, but I doubt it's ever happened. So, and it's the same with spiders. They're not out to get you, they're out to save themselves from you. Because you're massive. Don't be a dick to them.
If only I were able to speak tarantula. Then while I'm trying to give this spider some food,
Bam.
he realized that I'm not trying to eat him.
They are beautiful
In
spiders.
theory, he should calm the hell down.
Bruh. Look at this dude.
West Side Reptiles strikes again. Great short and quite informative that time. Still funny, but yeah, you should definitely subscribe to him. Yeah, legend.
Here we have a giant camel spider.
Camel spider.
This one in the UAE near the border of Saudi Arabia. Like all camel spiders, this one is non-venomous.
See, they're not as massive as everyone makes out.
I let this one bite me so that I can prove how inconsequential their bites are. You can see that at first, the camel spider had every intention of escaping and did not want to bite me.
See, that thing is just trying to get away from him. It's the same thing with the OBTs that we were saying before about defensive, not aggressive. He's been picked up by this massive creature. He could do what he wants to get away, but all he wants to do is get away. So he's not biting to get away to start with. He's just trying to get away. And then when he can't, then he'll bite him. But he's having to make him bite him. And these guys are a bit more like scorpions. Their front mouth parts are literally just that. They're not the hypodermic fangs that you get with tarantulas, where they eat with their front fangs. That's actually a more primitive version of a fang. This is like the next stage in the evolution process. If I'm wrong, correct me on that, but yeah, I've read a lot of things, so it's a bit of a mess up here.
5 minutes later, the pain was down to 0 with no other effects. 1 hour later, there was still no pain or adverse effects. 5 hours later, there were still no changes.
No other effects. 5 minutes later, it's like getting stuck with a little drawing pin. God damn it. And then 2 minutes later, it's all good. Don't worry about it. So these guys aren't these horrific spider, scorpion, camel-backed looking things that everyone makes them out to be. You probably remember, probably more than a decade, maybe even more ago, there was a picture of one of these guys being held by a USAF troop in the desert out in Afghanistan. where he'd found one of these, and he's holding it out, but sort of like that. The perspective kind of plays with your eyes a bit, and it makes it look like he's holding this like foot-long sized camel spider, and it's just, they're like this big. They're like the size of a standard tarantula. They're like 5 to 7 inches long tops. They're perfectly normal sized arachnids. That picture's got a lot of explaining to do.
1 hour later, there was still no pain or adverse effects. 5 hours later, there were still no changes.
5 hours,
later,
all good.
no changes.
1 day, all good.
1 week later, still nothing.
Healed over.
Finally,
Week ago,
later,
nothing.
Still nothing, as expected. I documented this
there you go,
month
as
to
expected.
dispel any doubts of whether it would cause an infection. There is really no reason to be afraid of these creatures.
So there you go. He documented that for a month. He made one bite him. He kept an eye on it for a month. Not that he needed to, because he was good in like 5 hours. That's cool. I like that. That's general apathy. Maybe check him out. He seems like a brave fellow and an informative chap.
For your own good, you need to stop killing spiders.
For your own good. I don't know who this guy is, but he's right.
By getting rid of spiders, you're making their gene pool stronger, while inadvertently providing the environmental selection pressure to ensure only the strongest and fittest spiders survive. By smashing a spider, you're only getting rid of the slowest, dumbest spider in your house.
Exactly. You're smacking the idiot. Meanwhile, the wizard's upstairs plotting your demise, if you so wish to believe such ridiculous theories about spiders. But it's true, if you go around whacking all the spiders that you see in your house to death, you're probably only taking out mature males who are wandering around looking for a mate, which cannot be found because that clever ass female is stuck in your loft somewhere or under a skirting board and she ain't coming out for no one. But that male who's literally just walking around thinking with his pedipalps, for our younger viewers, that's penis, scientifically, the equivalent for a human. The more you know. Anyway, they're just walking around with their dicks hanging out their jeans. And that's the ones you're killing. Oh, it's big, kill it. That one was going to die probably in a week anyway. Like, the ones you want to worry about, you'll never see them. So, just put the big ones outside, they'll bugger off and die. The other ones, they're there, but they were already there, and you haven't got a clue, and they haven't bothered you once. So leave them be.
Allowing the faster, stronger, sneakier spiders that are better at hiding to hook up with each other and create an army of genius-level spider babies.
See, that's a good point. Genius-level spider babies? I don't even want them in my house, and I love spider babies. But genius-level ones? I'm not an idiot. Think Pinky in the Brain terms. Next. No. Nah, I don't like it, mate. What's that? Arachnophiles? Something like that. I know these spiders are super chill, like nearly every single one of them is like your favourite granny, but it doesn't mean you have to put it on your face. There's just no need. It doesn't prove anything. All it proves is that right now you've got a spider on your face, who, if asked and given the option, probably would not want to be on your face. And again, he's stood bolt upright, he's looking around, he's filming with his phone at the same time. All he's got to do, what if he sneezes at the wrong moment? You know what I mean? Like, there's so many stupid little things that could go wrong. And splat, just dead. Like, falling from your nose, it doesn't matter who you are. You could be Jimmy Cranky. If that tarantula falls from your nose, it's dead. Pretty much. And if not, it's going to be in a hideous mess. And you're going to feel like a right bastard. And so you should. And I hope that didn't happen to him, but I'm not cool with seeing this. Oh look, my spider's on my face, my scorpion's up my arse. Like, just leave it in its home, feed it, get it out when you have to. Rehouses, if you're a dealer and you have to pop them up and send them off, fair enough. But other than that, why do you need to? I get that you want to connect with your animals, but you can have other animals that are better to connect with as well as your spiders. Get those two, enjoy those, have your little cuddly ones, and treat them the way they like to be treated, the ones that respond to it. Tarantulas don't respond to that. They don't. Leave them alone. Get them off your face. Tit. Nice green bottle blue again. Lots of OBTs and GBBs. Ooh. That doesn't look that chill. Oh. Oh, damn! Okay, yeah. I'm going to pause that because of the music. That is a bite. That tarantula is not mucking about there. He decided to have a bloody good chomp, and he's having one. Look at that. Yeah, that is a proper bite. Yeah, see, exactly, proves my point. I don't know why he's so chill about being bitten. It's not a small spider. Those fangs are significant enough to hurt, and they went in there. You saw that, really grabbed his knuckle skin there. Again, why bother? There's no point. The spider doesn't benefit from biting into your bony fingers, and you don't benefit from getting bitten by anything either. Especially a tarantula with decent, a couple of centimetre long fangs some of these spiders can have. That hurts. You ever been hit with a staple gun? God damn, why would you risk your pet doing that to you? Cats do it to you without you really having much choice anyway. Leave it to the cats. At least you can see them coming a bit sooner. This one's wandering about all chill one moment and then, oh, look at that. It's not worth it. And plus, what if you did react? It wouldn't be the spider's fault that it bit you and you went, God damn, and it flicked it into the oblivion. Just don't do it. It's not worth it. For God's sake. The seagull I like. Again, why? Why have you got your scorpion in your mouth? What's the point in doing that? There is no benefit to anyone in that equation. The scorpion briefly thinks it's a bit warm all of a sudden. You have an animal that spends its life walking around in various pieces of dirt you've given it to live in, probably with springtails if you're giving it a bioactive, right? I'll just chuck it in mid-gob, it's not an issue, don't worry about it. Even if it isn't an issue medically, it's an issue stupidity-wise for me. You look stupid. Intelligent and intrigued in nature enough to keep a scorpion as a pet, but dumb enough to stick it in your mouth still, you don't get to join my club, my friend, I'm sorry. Bugger off. That's a big spider. And that little one down there, missing a couple of legs. Already lost a couple of battles by the look of it. Oh, he got away. I don't think that big tarantula knew that spider was there until he basically touched it and then was suddenly like, is that food? And matey was out of there, so yeah, nice. Wonder where that was. Either Australia or India, I suppose, somewhere. Although it could be just a big mature male in a house in Texas for all I know.
Oh no, hope she crawls out of her shed. I'm pretty sure that's what's going on, but my goodness.
That is what's going on. No, she doesn't. Dude.
My tarantula did not die.
Right. I've got a feeling this guy knows exactly what he's doing. He knows his spider wasn't going to die. But why poke it just to prove the point of the idiot that you're playing? Oh, I don't know what it's doing. They'll definitely believe me if I poke it, because I wouldn't poke it if I knew what it was doing, right? I get it. It's pretty glass, mate. I can see straight through it. Again, why? For a short? You can get shorts of tarantulas molting without prodding it when it's flipped already. Don't poke it. Come on, man. Like, that's not cool. Like, it's a nice shot. It's nice to see a freshly molted spider, etc. I like it. Well done. But, dude, don't poke it. It's one of the most fragile stages of a tarantula's life cycle when it's molting. It can't defend itself. It's pumping all these fluids through itself to loosen up and get out of its old skin. And when it comes out, it's soft. It's white. Everything hurts. Don't blow on a freshly molted tarantula. It will not appreciate it. It's a bit like slapping someone's sunburn. So going and poking one when it's getting ready to do that, you're just being a douche for views, man. Give up.
And everything. Grab the eyes really quick. 8 eyes they shed.
Grab the eyes.
And use them as stocking stuffers during Christmas.
Yeah, okay. That's funny, I guess. But not on board with the whole video at all, my friend. Should be getting down to our last few now. Okay, this guy's... It's another OBT. He's trying to get bitten. Because he's sticking his finger right in there. He's not using tongs or anything. Yeah, he's aiming to get bitten. I have no idea why. Their venom's decent as well. It's known to be quite a nasty bite when they tag you properly. So, what are you doing, man? Right, I'm going to pause it here. Like, I shouldn't need to say this, and I'm pretty much 150% certain that none of you watching need me to say this to you. But, for fuck's sake, don't ever do this. It's not just about, oh, don't annoy the spider. Exactly, don't annoy the spider. That should go without saying. But why? This will hurt a lot. I don't know this clip. But I don't like this guy. Oh! God damn. Shat! Indeed, my friend. Let's watch that again, shall we? He's had like, what, 10 goes before it finally snaps at him? See? Defensive. Boom.
Oh, shit! I just want to film this. This is much worse than the H Gigas.
That's much worse than the H Gigas. So you let your H Gigas bite you as well? Idiot! You're a fool. You're a fool. I'm glad it bit you. If you're already pissing off old worlds just to get them to bite you, and you're like, oh look, I haven't had this one bite me yet, I'll piss that one off too. Mate, you deserve it. I hope it got a lot of venom in that finger of yours, because you're asking for it. Any agony he feels, I'm just going to laugh at now, frankly. I'm not sympathetic with that. If you're poking bears, I'm going to laugh when you get mauled. That's where we get the Darwin Awards from. Idiot.
This is... insane pain.
I'm an insane tarantula keeper. Absolutely insane.
It's going right up my arm.
Just going to take a moment to giggle at that one. What a twat.
Scientists have made robots out
of
Cleo
Abram.
I'm sorry, but
I know
also
her.
This is fascinating. This nightmare fuel happened because scientists noticed that spiders all died curled up like this. This is because spiders' limbs are actually controlled by hydraulic pressure systems, liquid pressure.
Yeah, because they don't have muscles like we do, so... I'm not showing you my guns, by the way, but when you move your arm up, that muscle contracts to pull that up. Whereas a spider has the opposite going on, because it's an exoskeleton, obviously it doesn't have muscles like that. So it moves by pumping fluid into the limbs, and that will straighten it, which is why when they can't do that any longer, when they're dying, they curl in. Whereas we do the opposite, we flay out like that and we dry out later. Whereas their legs curl under because they can't any longer keep them where they want them. So, yeah.
As opposed to muscle pairs like biceps and triceps for humans. The scientists that figured this out aren't psychos just playing with dead spiders. Probably.
So they're making robot tools out of dead real spiders, just using the hydraulics within them to operate their legs as like a grabbing claw.
Small amounts of air through the syringe, they could move the spider's legs. Sorry, I don't. This science. It looks terrifying, but it's a step toward noticing all kinds of non-traditional materials in robotics. Follow along if you want to see more good technology videos. I promise I'm not going to share more dead spiders.
That's pretty freaky. Yeah, it's science. But even I think that's a bit odd. I wouldn't mind the dead spiders bit. It's the reanimation of them that's a little bit weird for me, just because I keep them as pets. So it is a bit weird when you're chucking a jumping spider down and it's like... But yeah, that's cool, I guess. It's a good one to end on. That's the last one. Cleo Abram, she's really interesting. Her shorts pop up on my feed quite a lot, actually. So if you do see one of hers, I suggest giving her a subscribe, because all her shorts are very interesting. She does long form as well. But yeah, a lot of very interesting tidbits, such as death, zombie, robotic spider armies. Sweet. Well, on that note, I enjoyed that. I hope you did. I thought about doing reacts for a while. I didn't want to do them before I'd sorted out a few things. So now we've got the sound, better lighting. I mean, I figured out how to put these sort of videos together. I think it's quite an enjoyable other arm of the channel, shall we say. So yeah, sorry about no video last week, but I was working on all this, trying to decide what to do first with it, and how to test out what I'd bought and how to make best use of it. And the best way to do that was with quite a simple video. And no one needs a rehouse this week, so that's another reason why. But there is one coming up, because I'm waiting for somebody to molt, and then they will get a new house as well. So more of that coming. But for now, do let me know down in the comments what you thought of this new little arm of the channel. I want to do as many different content types as we can, so we can broaden this hobby out a bit on YouTube. So it's not just all rehouses and unboxings, because I love them as much as the next guy, but it's nice to do more, isn't it? 172 subscribers last time I looked, so it's going up. Thanks for that. Love you all. Thanks for being here. And yeah, I've been Matt. This has been the Arachnophiles, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.